From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
It's a big afternoon of Afternoons LALATE for a great day here of May 9th, 2022. In today's recording, we'll go over the breaking news as a fourth stimulus check has landed in every U.S. state, and the breaking news as well out of the White House is cheaper or free internet for all starting today. Oh boy, the latest breaking news out of the White House. The Build Back Better Act will be front and center with the domestic agenda of the President of the United States this week as well, as the President's trying to get it done by the Memorial Day weekend and get the wrapping of the negotiations done ASAP. Other great news across the board. But for now, the great news on top of that is that a fourth stimulus check is available in every U.S. state. Over this wire broadcast, I'm going to show you how that fourth stimulus check is in every U.S. state. Go to the top of the chat and become a member. Go under the video and the description as well and sign up to become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday that shows you how to get that fourth stimulus check that is in every U.S. state. We have breaking news today about the Build Back Better Act. We'll be going over its latest developing details. Then to that student loan debt forgiveness. Great numbers across the board. More debt could be forgiven, but at what number? I have the latest details across the board. Then, Federal Reserve hikes last week of a half basis point sent the Wall Street markets into turmoil. Today, no better. Down 500 points at the start of the Dow Jones today. Why is the concern about interest rates? Why is the concern about stagflation? And why is the concern about recession so thick and clear today when I've been reporting on it nearly 3 months ago? The latest details of what Americans are now waking up and selling across the board in a dramatic market at issue. Then we'll be going back to the Federal Reserve and then off to six stimulus. Six stimulus is that latest stimulus package that will be combined with fourth or be done by itself in the month of April. And of course, we're going to go over your SS300 that would raise your benefits up an additional $200 to $300 more per month. That's depending on where those interest rates and inflation are. And guess what? We get a new indication about that inflation on Wednesday. The Consumer Price Index number released on Wednesday. It's a big day with exciting great news as a fourth stimulus check is in every U.S. state. Become a member and get ready for the breaking news. It starts now on Afternoons. And good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We have a jam-packed recording, state of the very end. This is a brand new recording of Afternoons LA today. And boy, there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money in every U.S. state. A fourth stimulus check is now landed in every U.S. state by direct deposit. I'm going to show you how to get it. And I'm going to congratulate the viewers who got their homework done over the weekend. Yes, you had homework due today. Did you get it done? All the latest details in today's recording. But first, go to the top of the chat and under the video's description and become a member, because this is where viewers of this channel are cleaning up. They're getting their fourth stimulus check, and they're getting their fourth stimulus check applications for a second check in as well. While the latest details across this broadcast, it's a 1-hour show. Sit back and stay to the very end, and you have new details, new checks at the very end of this recording as well. Plus the breaking news about that internet, free internet or cheaper internet at the very end of the recording. We start the day with the Dow Jones plummeting again, falling dramatically, down 500 points at the start of the day. And this is as Wall Street was going into horrible territory last week, plummeting. It's as though the Dow opened and everyone ran in and sold as quickly as they could. This is all because of what's happening with your money and also with J-Powell and the looming recession. And that is why it's good news for Build Back Better Act, because unlike anything we've seen maybe a month ago, most Americans now that there's big economic problems. Most Americans now know that there's big economic problems on the horizon. A storm is out at sea. I've been telling you that for 3 months. I've been telling you that for 3 months. I've been telling you since about February that we're going into recession for 2 years starting in January of next year. I told you that the housing starts are down 4 consecutive months, that the non-farm payroll jobs missed at 60,000 shorter, that the gross national product, the growth of the U.S. economy shrinking. And remember, if you shrink too much, you're in a recession. Yes, the number's supposed to be a positive number, but it was supposed to be 7.1% last month, came in at 6.9%. Now it's even smaller. All of this, my friends, is good news for you because now every American knows there's a big economic problem. And when there's an economic problem, people give you stimulus. This is the support you want for the Build Back Better Act because remember, people do stimulus when there's economic problems. When everything looks punky-dory, then perhaps they don't want to do it as much. No one's thinking this economy's punky-dory anymore. In fact, the midterm elections will determine who deals with the economy, and that's why every single Democrat has fear in their feet to get this done. Democrats now realize they have to, 100%, have to get the Build Back Better Act done by the midterm elections, or they're out. Because a new CNN poll, not Fox News, CNN poll, polled Democrats and Republican registered voters. How is the president doing in office? A 70% disapproval rating was the reaction. 70% disapproval. Then when asked what was the major issue, they said the economy. Then the number one issue was they blame him. 56% blame him for the current state of the economy, meaning that the question says there's something wrong with the economy, and the listener said, yeah, there is something wrong with the economy. Everyone now agrees there's something wrong with the economy. If you didn't see it yourself, you could have watched the Dow Jones this morning. People rushing in and selling at the opening after it was down 1,000, 1,300 points last week, after it was down the week before. Bear market? Roar. As people used to say, dancing bear? No, it's dancing bear. And no one's dancing as a bear today, although it is a bear market. Let's go over the details. Build Back Better Act would give you a lot of additional checks. Let's say that word again. If you're in the live chat, write it right now. Additional checks. Build Back Better Act is proposed to give you $15,000 to $80,000 of additional forced stimulus checks. What are they in addition to? They're in addition to the fourth stimulus check that is in every U.S. state. And there's multiple of them in every U.S. state. A fourth stimulus check is currently all in every U.S. state, but Build Back Better Act proposes to give you additional checks on top of that. I'll be going over more about this in detail today on Evenings LALATE, and don't miss me for Home LALATE because, boy, that is our fun, interactive show. A fourth stimulus check is in every U.S. state, but Build Back Better Act proposes to give you $15,000 to $80,000 of additional checks, like the $25,000 for the purchase of your first home, like the proposed potential MSC, like that third cluster, seniors and free internet for all checks, like the add-on of $250 billion of free home health care for seniors and people on disabilities, like the paid leave, like the hazard pay, and the free school and the $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric vehicle, and the home repairs. That you know because I've been covering this for over a year on the channel. But now it's different. Why is it different? You know, we could have sat back a year ago. Let's just choose a year ago this month. And said, hey, the economy is doing great. Why do we need Build Back Better? Now the economy is not doing well. It's clearly not doing well. And there's a universal agreement among Republicans and Democrats. The economy is not doing well and Joe Biden's to blame. So the universal agreement between Republicans and Democrats is the economy needs a change, and the change starts at the head. So this is the opportunities. One, Democrats do it by themselves, reconciliation. If they get it passed, good. They save themselves in the midterm elections. If they don't get it passed, they're gone because they're the controlling party in office. If the Republicans sit back and do much of nothing, they're going to bet on the polls are going to stay the same. The polls basically say, economy's bad, blame it on Joe Biden, vote us in as Republicans. I got to tell you, that's a risky position by a Republican because polls change and economies change. So I don't think that's going to be a safe bet. I would not do it if I was a Republican because guess what happens? If things change quickly, people are going to look to the Republicans and say, you want to run for office? What did you do for me while we knew this economy is not doing well? So I think the safer bet is Republicans and Democrats doing it by bipartisan support, getting out and getting it across the door. What's the economic data at issue today, and what's going on with that J-Powell news? Let's start with J-Powell. You're gonna see. I think what is this? This is May. I just think you're gonna see me say Temple of Doom 2.0 all the way from May to election night, and it's not going to be referring to her. She was Temple of Doom at 2021 and 2020. I think it's going to be referring to our new Temple of Doom. Who is our new Temple of Doom? I think you know who he is. His name is J Bao. J Bao is the new Temple of Doom. Why? Because he is bringing you into Doom space. What is he giving you? He's giving you higher interest rates. On what bet? On the bet that higher interest rates brings down inflation. But come on, Jay. It's the reason why Wall Street is crashing is because people are starting to look at stuff and look at the data and realize, wait a second, this doesn't work. Historically, the Federal Reserve has done this before. Raise interest rates to bring down inflation. It's not worked before. It's not worked in our U.S. history before. That's number one. Number two, they're now realizing that the kid LA with the beautiful purple shirts, although some people prefer the red shirt, that kid LA with those beautiful purple shirts had it right all last year when I said inflation was going to come in at 8% in December 2021 and not be temporary. Jay Powell made a fool of himself all last year by saying that inflation was going to be temporary, or that pedantic word transitory. I had to keep on defining it on camera. By the way, this is what the word transitory means. It's so pedantic. Just say temporary, Jay. And it wasn't temporary. It wasn't 2%. It was 8%. And now what's happening? This Wednesday, the Consumer Price Index number is released, and it gives us guidance about where inflation is right now. My projections going into the Wednesday number. Now, remember, the Wednesday number is not an actual inflation number. It's not like you're going to see the inflation number on Wednesday. You're going to see a benchmark that gives you a gauge about inflation. Where is inflation going into Wednesday? It's already a little bit higher than 8%. Why? Because we had the numbers in April that showed the price of products in the supermarket went up from February to April. Excuse me, we had the numbers from in April for March, where it shows that the price of your food in the supermarket went up 3% from February to March. You're going to see that new number this Wednesday. You saw that the price of gasoline went up 11% from February to March. You had that number last month. We're going to see that number this Wednesday. What are the guidance today? The guidance says it may be a little bit weaker. It's so insignificantly a little bit weaker that I'm not even riding my hat on it. The numbers come as the Minneapolis Federal Reserve President Neil Kashari spoke about the situation today. He says, I'm confident we're going to get inflation back down to 2% by the end of the year. I'm not. You and yourself, you and yourself. More about that in a second. But I'm not confident about how much burden it's going to cause on the rest of the economy. I'm confident it's going to really cause a lot of problems. The lowest. Let's look at where the projections are for Wednesday. For Wednesday, we're getting the April numbers. So I know we're in May, we're getting the April number on Wednesday. The Consumer Price Index, the CPI, and that indicates that it will show, this is what the projections are showing, that it's going to be an 8.1% year-to-date increase compared to March, which was an 8.5% increase. So they're saying that we went down a little bit, like a half percentage point month to date. I'm not riding my hat on that one, or riding my horse on that one, because I got to tell you, I have a real good strong sense that the inflation number right now is 8% or 7.9% or 8.2%. It's somewhere around 8%. It's so insignificantly different that it's really just how it was the month before. Now, this is great news for your SS300. Yes, it is also really good news for your Build Back Better Act. Why? SS300 is the concept to swap your COLA for inflation as your benchmark. Every year, you have a benchmark for benefits. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or railroad benefits, that benchmark is currently COLA. It doesn't work. Why? Because COLA is a cheap number. You got cheated in December with that cheap number. It came in at 5% when inflation was 8%. So your benefits should have gone up 8%. Instead, they went up 5%. The good news is that Joe Biden can still make that swap from COLA to inflation by picking up the phone and calling that Social Security administrator head saying, hey, this is the president on the phone. Can I order some more sushi? And by the way, swap that COLA for inflation. There you go. When they do that, if the inflation rate is 8%, you'd lock in $200 more per month. Good. But even better, what about the end of this year? I'm projecting for over 4 months that the inflation rate by December will be 4%. And Jay Powell is not agreeing with me. Once again, Jay and I just don't agree. And I don't know. Should we keep a running tally? What is the score so far? Jay versus LA. Well, he was wrong in December. He was wrong in March. Let's see how wrong he is in April. He thought that inflation was going to come down with a 1/4 basis point last month. Let's see if that works. I don't think it's going to work. Then he's saying by the end of this year that inflation is going to get down to 1.9%. Where'd you get that joke from, Seinfeld? And there's Neil Kashari today says we're getting down to 2%. Who's getting down to 2%? Maybe you're getting to 2%. We're not getting down to 2%. I'm projecting the inflation is coming in at 4%. Now, if that looks any more ridiculous than saying 2%, let me give you the Bank of England. The Bank of England, which, we used to be them, and then we broke away. We started our own country, not Crayolaville. We started America. The Bank of England is a very similar. England is a very similar economy to ours. And the Bank of England last Friday said by the end of this year, it's going to continue to raise interest rates in England to battle inflation. Oh, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? And what do they think is going to happen to inflation by the end of the year in England? The Bank of England's governor, not some analyst they found at the taco stand. The Bank of England's governor says, even though we're going to raise those interest rates, we're going to come in at 10% inflation. 1.9% inflation in America. Yeah, it's not going to happen. That's why they got rid of us and said, go find a new colony for yourselves, you Americans. You just don't know what you're talking about. We're not going to go to 10% inflation in America, thank goodness. But we are heading to 4 from where we are at 8 right now. And that's if anything Jay Powell does works. And, there are some analysts out there that says we may not even go down at all. Wow. That means your benefits are in great shape. Your benefits are in great shape. And I got to tell you, here's Kashari's quote. And this is where, sometimes I just sort of want to roll my eyes because I just don't think people, this is a guy who's a Fed president in Minneapolis. I don't think these people understand the entire dynamic of what's going on here. And I just want to pick him up the phone and say, what are you talking about, Neil? He says, the inflation hurts the lowest income American the most because these climbing prices impact you directly and it impacts your cost of a mortgage or things to do. And it's the jobs that are most likely put at risk. And I think it's a difficult challenge for all of us, but we know it's not good for the economy long term. So, there's 3 things in that sentence which are just so ridiculous as I go out of focus. See, I'm going out of focus because even the camera thinks the comments are ridiculous. Why is those comments so absurd? Those comments are so absurd because lowest income people don't own homes. He's saying lowest income people have their mortgage problems. Lowest income people don't own homes. And then he says lowest income people are going to worry about losing their jobs. Lowest income people don't have jobs. Lowest income people are often SSI and SSDI and seniors and people who are retired. That quote is ridiculous. And he's a Fed governor. That quote is ridiculous. And you know why I'm teeing up the quote? For SS300. Yeah, SS300 is for really low income people. For people who are on SSI, SSDI, Vero benefits, veterans benefits. If inflation is high, you help them quickest. How? Swapping that COLA for inflation. It's a simple darn phone call. And this is why I get worried when people don't understand what Joe Biden has at joebiden.com and they're Fed governors. Swapping COLA to inflation right today would give them $200 more per month. They are hurting the most. They are low-income people. They need those $200 more per month. They need it right now. They don't need a lot of talk by fancy people who drive fancy cars who work as Fed governors. They don't need talk about all this. They need simple things like swapping your COLA for benefits right now. Inflation's hot, and how dare... Oh, did I just say that? I'm going in really tight today, aren't I? I'm hot today. How dare Joe Biden or anyone in this administration potentially swap COLA for inflation after inflation's down? If they have the audacity to try to swap COLA for inflation at the end of the year when inflation's down, I am just going to scream. That is really unacceptable. People are struggling right now. Inflation's hot, so you swap COLA for inflation. I'm not making these policies up. This is his policy, Joe Biden. Do it right now, and that does exactly what Kashari said. People in low income are hurt by the inflation. Why? Because they are not making more money, in the case of benefits, from inflation, as inflation's going up, and that is why you need to make the swap. Now let's go back over to the Build Back Better Act. This also helps the Build Back Better Act. Why? You can feel it. Can you feel it? I can feel it. Heartburn? No. Too much old duels? No. Too much meatless tacos? No. Air tagging too many people? No, not that. I can feel how this American society now understands there's something wrong with this economy. There's something wrong with this economy. It's not going good. Housing starts down 4 consecutive months. People rush into Wall Street to sell at the opening, down 500 points. And at the blink of an eye, at the opening of the day, it was down, massive numbers over the last few weeks. You've been seeing on this channel. The Dow Jones down 6 consecutive weeks. The NASDAQ down to its lowest levels since 2012. And the NASDAQ fell, 2% on Friday, and S&P down another 1.5%. It's down 2 or 3% again today. It's a bloodbath. This is all good news for Build Back Better Act. Yes, because you cannot sit as a congressperson and say, the economy's so great under the Biden administration. It's not. No one believes it is. We have good employment numbers generally, not really broadly. But other than that, this all supports Build Back Better Act. Why? Because they got to get these checks out. How soon? Well, they got to get them out by about July to get them in your hand before you vote. Why? Because you don't vote on election night. You vote 3 months ahead of time by mail. That means they have to solidify the negotiations, which are currently underway between Joe Manchin, Kristenstein, and the president in the month of May. Now, let's put that all aside just for a second. And remember, those are additional checks. Those are additional checks to the 4 stimulus checks that are currently in every U.S. state. And the great news is the viewers of this channel, the hundreds of thousands of viewers, thank you for all the new subscribers, thank you for all the new members, have learned, listened, and pounced like I've never seen you pounce before. A 4 stimulus check is now in every U.S. state, and what people are doing is they're becoming members, they're getting that newsletter, and they are applying for those checks. You got a homework assignment for today, and you know what it was. You had previously applied for 1 4 stimulus check in every U.S. state last week. That was my class. I call LALATE 303. Today, homework assignments are due for LALATE 404 by evening to LALATE at 5 o'clock. LALATE 404, what is the homework assignment for today? Is to get a second application on file for another 4 stimulus check. Don't worry if you just became a member or if you're becoming a member at the time of this video, because I'm going to show you how to get these incredible checks. Yes, a 4 stimulus check is in every U.S. state. Meantime, stay at the very end because I have a big surprise for you later in this video. And then we have that free internet and that cheaper internet coming up. That was a major announcement by the White House today. It's huge, great news. And then we go over to where this economy is going, and that's 6 stimulus. We'll have a preview tonight's evenings, LA in prime time. Boy, we got a big show today. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, to the shores of the Black Sea, the battling in Ukraine is far from over, and so is the impact on our economy. I'll have more about that in the second half of this video and those big checks. But first, become a member during the commercial break. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as Afternoons LA continues. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live
daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues on a beautiful day here on Afternoons LA. The shores of Santa Monica, California. It's beautifully clear because the wind has been coming in strong today. You may have seen it behind me on set. It's a great day as a Force Stimulus check is in every U.S. state. And viewers of this channel have gotten their applications in to get those incredible checks. I'm going to go over how you get your check in this recording. Welcome if you just become a member. If you haven't, go to the top of the chat or under the description of the video. Become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Then after you sign up to join and become a member to this channel, get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alert system. Also make sure you subscribe and turn that bell notifications to all. Let's go over what we learned in the last 7 days and then get ready for our homework assignments for today. Number 1. LALATE 101. We learned this a week ago today. If you're in the live chat, let's recap as a family once again. To pass the class of LALATE 101, go into the live chat right now and write the following words you see on screen. A fourth stimulus check is now in every state. Write in the live chat and graduate from LALATE 101 with the simple expression. A fourth stimulus check is now in every U.S. state. You did that so well. I see you in the live chat. You're doing a great job. A fourth stimulus check is now in every U.S. state. Let's go to LALATE 202. In LALATE 202, I asked viewers to memorize what are the four stimulus checks in every U.S. state. There are letters. I number them by letters on this channel. If you're in the live chat, let's see if you can graduate once again from LALATE 202. What are the four stimulus checks in every U.S. state? They're letters. And I'll emphasize the word every. And can you write right now in the live chat? What are the checks that are four stimulus checks in every U.S. state? You got it right. They are check A. They are check B. And they are check C. All right, now, if you're wondering what check A, B, and C is, that's LALATE 303. In LALATE 303 last week, I assigned people the homework assignment on Cinco de Mayo. That within 24 hours, go out and apply for either check A, check B, or check C within 24 hours. That was their homework assignment, and to pass it in by the 6th of May. And viewers did a wonderful job. Since then, new members have done the same job as well, and they too have graduated. So let's recap, and we're going to go over the details right now if you're new to this channel. Jump in the live chat and get ready to type with your fingers if you applied for A, B, or C. We're going to go over one each of them at a time. You may have chosen check A as your fourth stimulus check to apply in every U.S. state. How do you apply for check A as a fourth stimulus check in every U.S. state? Let's go over the details. First, how much is it? It's $6,500, but in some states, it's $12,000. It's a fourth stimulus check in every U.S. state. The income qualification is the same as a third stimulus check. Single individual, $75,000 or less. Married couple, $150,000 or less. If you're on benefits like SSI or SSDI, you can get it. It's called the Homeowners Weatherizing Grant Check. Pretty simple then. So how do you get this check? Step 1, become a member. Step 2, subscribe. Step 3, open that membership newsletter. Go down in the membership newsletter right until you get to check A. At check A, it gives you a description about check A, more details about check A, and then gives you the link to apply for check A online. Very simple. You apply, it goes right into the federal website, then you choose your state like Tennessee, then you choose the Weatherizing Grant Check of Tennessee, and you apply. And you're done. How simple is that? If you apply for check A for your assignment, for your homework assignment for LALATE 303, write check A in the live chat and I will tag you and congratulate you and graduate you from LALATE 303. All right, now let's go to see who applied for Check B for their homework assignment. Check B is a $15,000 to $80,000 forced stimulus check. It is the homeowner's grant check. Income qualification, the same. Eligibility, the same. SSI and SSDI, the same. How do you get Check B? The same way, almost, but it starts the same way. You go into the membership newsletter. First, you become a member, step one. Number two, you subscribe. Number three, you go into that membership newsletter. That's delivered Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alert system. Then inside the membership newsletter, you go down to Check B. Another web link, a different one for Check B, obviously. You click the link and you go and apply for Check B online. It sends you to a map run by the application. The application is run by the federal government. You choose your state, let's say Arkansas. Choose the state, go in there, and then it routes you to Arkansas. You apply, type your name in, and you're done with your homework assignment. If you apply for Check B, you are graduate from LALATE 303 as well. Write Check B in the live chat right now. How simple is that? It's really simple. All you're doing is just pressing things with your finger and then typing your name, address, and phone number, basically. You're subscribing, press. You're becoming a member, press. You're getting that newsletter going down to Check B or Check A, press when you see the web link, send you into the national website or the state website, type your name in and phone number, press enter, done. I mean, how basic is that? I set it up so simplistically for you. I do all this work for you. So it's all organized for you. So you don't have to look high and low. I even describe things more in detail. I wrap it up all in a bow and deliver it in a box for you. And you get to just choose A, B, or here we go, Check C. If you apply for Check C, write in the live chat that you apply for Check C, and I will graduate you from LALATE 303 for applying for Check C. Check C is a little bit different, but it starts the same way. Check C is a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. How do you get Check C? First, you go into the membership newsletter. Then you go down to Check C. And when you're at Check C, there gives you the information of who to call. Yes, Check C is not a web link. Check C is about who to call. It tells you how to call, where to call, and what to say. Let's go over the details. For Check C, you open that membership newsletter. It'll tell you about the 15 places you call. About 15. You call them all. You call them all. Your city, your county housing authority, your state housing authority. There's just a lot of them. And the nonprofit and the other nonprofit. You call all of them. Then it tells you what to say. Whoa, I just make it very basic. It tells you how to do it. All in that membership newsletter. You just basically have to dial the phone yourself. I can't dial the phone for you. And you pounce rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. It's huge, and there's Check C. If you apply for Check C in the live chat, then write it right now, and I will graduate you from LALATE 303. Congratulations. And congratulations, because when this was first assigned on Cinco de Mayo, by the 6th of May, over 1,000 viewers had applied. Since then, I've been running the recording since, and people who are new members, because we get a couple hundred new members a day, welcome new members, they're applying now as well. And I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I know you're smart. I know you're skilled. I know you have the ability to do this. I know it's not difficult. I know it's very basic. I know it's very simple. I make it very simple and organized for you. And I'm so proud that you've done it so well and so quickly. Why do I have you doing it so quickly? For two reasons. One, the money's going to run out. I don't want to place games here. I don't want to drag this out. I want you to get this money now. And then if there's more money, I get you more money later on, because there will be more money. But I want you to get this money right now. I don't want you to sit around and wait and then the money runs out. Number two, economy is getting bad very quickly. We already covered that in this video. Economy is getting very bad. You need this money. So I'm putting you ahead of the ball game. Even if you think I'm okay economically, I'm okay financially at home, maybe you're not worried about bills at the moment, I want you to get that extra money. I got more about this later in this video. Now, it's Monday. It's Tuesday. It's this week. It's a brand new week. You had a new homework assignment. The new homework assignment was LALATE 404. The LALATE 404 homework assignment was very simple. It repeats LALATE 303, but now with another application. For LALATE 404, your homework assignment was to go and apply for another forced stimulus check in your state? Yes. If you had applied for A, go apply for B. If you applied for B, go apply for A. If you had applied for C, let's say for the water bill, then go apply for C for the electric bill. If you applied for rent with the county, then go apply for rent with one of the nonprofits. If you're in the live chat right now, I'm ready to see who did their homework assignment. So get ready with your fingers and type in the live chat the 2 letters of the 2 checks that you have applied for in the last week. Let's say you applied for A and C, then write A and C. Perhaps you applied for C and C. C for like utilities, a C for water, then write C and C. Or B and A, write it in the live chat. I want to see who has applied for 2 checks in this homework assignment due today for LI 404. Great job. Very, very proud of you. This is how we're winning as a community. This is how we're winning as a collective spirit. You know, when you do it as a team, when you do it as a family, when you do it at the same time, you feel the momentum, you feel the energy, you feel the positive spirits, you feel that other people who are similarly situated to you are doing the same thing, and you feel so enriched and warm. Now, let's go to LA 404 Plus, which I debuted yesterday, and then I'm going to go to LA 404 Plus Part 2. I got a new LA 404 Plus today. LA 404 Plus yesterday caused a lot of shock when I first debuted it. I think it was the most scandalous of the classes. What was LA 404 Plus yesterday? It was just that you have to repeat the following expression. I don't care. Really? Yeah, all you have to do is say, I don't care. Why did I bring up LA 404 Plus? Listen to what LA 404 Plus is for, because people didn't get the introductory remarks, and they're like, what are we doing here? Let me repeat why we did LA 404 Plus. When you're applying for check A, when you're applying for check B, when you're applying for check C, there are certain things that no one cares about with you during the application process. It doesn't mean they don't care about you. It means for purposes of getting approved in the application, they don't want to hear it. It has nothing to do with the application. I want to tell them in the application that I wear beautiful purple shirts. I don't care. I want to tell them that I have orchids around me when I apply for check C. I don't care. That is what the concept of I don't care is. That's the concept of LA 404 Plus. What's important to understand is that the applications are very simple for check A, B, and C. They don't care about this extraneous, extra stuff that you think in your mind is important. They don't want to hear about it because it has nothing to do with the application. It's like you're going into a delicatessen and ordering sushi. Excuse me. We don't care. We don't carry sushi. It's a delicatessen. So you're you're bringing up the wrong thing in the wrong place. So let's go over where LA 404 Plus is important. If you're doing check A, B, or C, and you want to say, I'm on SSI and SSDI, the answer, right in the live chat right now, 3 words. It starts with I. Yeah, write the 3 words in the live chat. You did it. I don't care. They don't care that you're on SSI or SSDI when applying for check A, B, or C. Do not bring it up. It's something they don't need to hear. They're not going to approve you or disapprove you because you're on benefits. It's not part of the application process. You don't have a special application. You don't have an approval or rejection based upon those elements. Don't bring up you're on SSI or SSDI. I don't care. They don't care. All right, let's go to the next part. I am in the state of Texas. Write in the live chat what the reaction to that sentence is. 3 words. Starts with the first word of I. You got it. I don't care. They don't care what state you're in. A forced stimulus check is in every U.S. state, so why are you bringing up what state you're in? In fact, they know what state you're in because you're applying at the state level. All right, this is the third one that's the most common one, which is your age. I'm 75 years old. Write in the live chat the reaction if someone says that during the application process for check A, B, and C. Write it right now. You got it. I don't care. They don't care that you're old. They don't care that you're young. They don't have special approvals or special rejections based upon age. It's an application. They're not discriminating based upon age. So let's get that out of the equation. All right. The last one is the hazard pay people. people with the hazard pay say, I was a teacher who worked during the pandemic. I'm a frontline nurse. Right in the live chat, the reaction. Yeah, I don't care. Not part of the equation. Why is this so important in LA 404 Plus? Because I'm trying to make a very simple application for you. Stay simple. Don't bring in extra stuff. Don't bring in extra stuff like I like Brussels sprouts with lobster sauce. I don't care. I like a San Francisco hairstyle, especially when it's 20 years old, out of style. I don't care. I like mittens knitted in Vermont. I don't care. I like to be yelling all the time. I don't care. Just stay on point and stay with the message, which is get the application in, folks. All right, here comes LA 404 Plus Part 2 today. LA 404 plus point 2. So this was something I saw sort of percolating, not a lot, but here and there. And so I wanted to do a little extra supplemental class on this one as well. When when you hear this expression or see this expression in the live chat, write zip it, Z-I-P-I-T, zip it. What is the expression that very rarely do you see, but you need to tell the person to zip it? That is when someone in the live chat says something like, when are they giving checks to the rest of us? The response to that is zip it. Zip it. I don't know what that expression means every time I see it. When are they giving checks to the rest of us? Who? UFO aliens? Ooh, lobsters? Wavable checks? Dancing pears? Dancing bears? I don't know who the us is. Let's make this very clear, folks. A forced stimulus check is available in every U.S. state. A forced stimulus check is available in every U.S. state. For everyone, including us. Our forced stimulus check is in every U.S. state. Us. I think most of 99% of the viewership of this channel have gotten that our forced stimulus check is in every U.S. state. When someone jumps in the live chat and says, when are they giving a check to the rest of us? The response for L8 404 Plus is, you got it right. Zip it. Zip it. There is no other us. You are part of us. The check is there right now. Now, why is 404 Plus 2.0 zip it so important? Because the economy is going to hell in a hell basket. The economy is going down quickly. And if you think you're some sort of different type of person, that you can just sort of sit around, here you're going to hear me say tough love. If you think you can just sort of sit around and not get $6,500 because you got maybe $6,500 in the bank, you can just sort of sit around and not get $15,000 to $80,000. You can just sort of sit around and not get this type of money, which in many cases is over $120,000. You can just sit around and not get this type of money. You can just sort of sit around and not get these sums of money. Well, no, you can't. You need to get these sums of money right today. The economy is going really into bad territories really quickly, which tees up some good news. The White House announced today that it's giving free internet or cheaper internet to millions of Americans. Now, I don't know. I don't have time to fact check every time that Joe Biden says something. Last week he said something was wrong. This one just smells wrong, but I'm going to tell you what it is. The Biden administration announced today that it secured agreements with 20 internet companies to either provide reduced price of internet or higher speeds to low-income households. What does that sound like? So if you have internet, they're going to give it to you cheaper, or they're going to increase the speed. Where's Brother Joshua? Where's Dreamweaver? She and I, the three of them, and myself, and all the other wonderful volunteers from 2020. We've been getting people free internet on this channel for 2 years. We've been getting people free internet for 2 years. So to think that they're now saying we have cheaper internet, well, there is free internet out there, and viewers of this channel have gotten the free internet. So this is cheaper internet, which is not as good as free internet, but with higher speeds. Well, everyone has higher speeds now. So is this much of a press announcement? I don't know. Let me just tell you where it is. You can look it up yourself. I don't have time to fact check Joe every 10 seconds. You go to the following website. It's getinternet.gov. G-E-T internet. Getinternet.gov. And then the program is called the Affordable Connectivity Program. And there you go. That is where we are. Next, you ever wonder why crypto stopped on this channel? Let me tell you for the first time ever in this recording. Why did crypto coverage stop on this channel? Well, it was at a certain time that I saw the U.S. economy not doing well. It was, I think it was about 2 months ago. I saw this U.S. economy not doing well. And at the time, what was happening? Stocks were doing sometimes well, depending if you chose a really good stock. We're generally doing well, going up a little bit. And crypto was going down. Crypto was going down and down and down and down, down more. And I thought to myself, how can I cover crypto if stocks are up and crypto's down? That's what's going on. Stocks are down and crypto's down. And crypto's down really bad. I mean, crypto is down really bad. It is very hard for me in my mind to grasp, can I record a crypto show if crypto is down and going more down every single day? And I know there's some crypto channels that just want to tell you, buy now and wait. But I can't wrap my head around, telling you to buy something, let's say $1, and then a week later it's at 50 cents. And then I'm telling you, wait. Maybe I'll come back to crypto when we're at the bottom. Maybe I'll come back to the crypto coverage when we're at the bottom. But I can't see myself making a recording if it's a devaluing market, and Decentraland is actually doing relatively better than most of them. Cardano is 70 cents. Bitcoin is 32,000 right now. So this is why capital preservation, as Paul Tudor Jones said, is so important. He says there's a year in which I don't think you can make money in stocks and bonds. Well, stocks are down now for the year to date. Many of them are down for 52-week highs, and now they're heading to their lowest levels since about 2019. They could be breaking resistance levels, which is basically the area in which they get worse. They could be heading down to 2018 levels. I got to tell you, a lot of people have money in either stocks, bonds, real estate, or just other types of assets. Let's say like used cars or lobster shorts. And now the devaluation, although lobster shorts really never had much of a value, the devaluation of a lot of different markets is hurting a lot of people, and they're pointing to Joe Biden. That's why I think Build Back Better Act is going to get done. That's why I think that forced stimulus is going to happen. Student loan debt forgiveness, great news on that front. Debt has been forgiven for individuals who became disabled after graduation, went to work in the nonprofit sector, and then for individuals whose debts were procured by fraud. I'll be covering more about that 7th stimulus, student loan debt forgiveness, in that 1-hour special broadcast tonight on Evenings LA. That show will air after the markets close today. And at the time of this recording, which is made earlier in the day, markets are still open. And at the time of this recording, which is, still before noontime, Los Angeles, markets are down 500 points at the opening. So it's very, very tumultuous today. For now, you know why it's so good to feel here. You know why it's so good to feel welcomed here and be part of a loving family, a community that has been around for over 2 years, where people are nurturing and working together as one. When you become a member, you are part of an incredible channel that people are getting a forced stimulus check now in every U.S. state. People are getting money across the board. For now, what we're doing was just getting our applications on file. Now, I know a lot of viewers have already gotten their A, B, C, or D checks in recent weeks, far before I broke this down, slowed it down in recent days. But for now, all I wanted you to do is get that application on file. So make sure you get your second application on file for a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state by Evenings LA. Tonight, I'm going to check in with you as well. Join me noon times on some days where I have that live interactive show. Check A, check B, check C. Choose the check you want to get in. But first, become a member. Go to the top of the channel and subscribe. Don't forget to also subscribe. When becoming a member, make sure you do everything that's added to that as well. Go to the front of this channel, hit that subscribe button. Then there's a little bell. Hit the bell and make sure the notification's set to all. Then look at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central for that newsletter. We also have a self-help video that often airs on rerun on this channel that shows you how to open the newsletter, how to make sure your notifications set to all on. You can watch that as well. It has newsletter in the title of the video. From my home to your home, hope you are ready for a brand new week. We're going to have a big week, especially with that Wednesday Consumer Price Index number. Become a member, subscribe, stay informed, stay focused. Have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tonight on Evenings LA. From America's most watched show for prime time and financial news, it's evenings, tonight at 5 o'clock.